Hey, what's up guys, Anmol here for TechLekh, and in this video we'll be unboxing the all-new Redmi Note 6 Pro. So, let's get on. So this is the phone, the brand new Redmi Note 6 Pro. Xiaomi Nepal recently released this phone in Nepal, and as you can see here, it's the global version of this phone. And on the back we have some highlights of the Redmi Note 6 Pro. 20 megapixel plus 2 megapixel selfie camera, 12 megapixel plus 5 megapixel dual camera on the rear, 6.26 inch full screen display with 19:9 aspect ratio, and 4000 mAh battery. So now let's see what's inside the box. We'll break the seal and see what we get inside. So on the inside we get the phone itself, the Redmi Note 6 Pro, and there's this sticker on the front with highlights that we have already seen on the back. So let me take the sticker out. So now let's keep the phone aside and let's see what else do we get inside the box. So it's the same as always. We get the SIM ejector tool and some paperwork, and there's this transparent TPU case for the phone, and it's in black finish. Let's keep this aside. And then we have this USB adapter, a USB charger, and as you can see here, it's rated 5 volt and 2 amps, so it's a 10 watt charger. And then we have the USB type A cable for the charger. So this is what we get inside the box, so it's pretty usual. So now let's boot up the phone. So the Redmi Note 6 is very similar to the Redmi Note 5, but the key physical change is that there's a notch with a dual camera setup here, but except that it's very similar. There's a hybrid SIM slot on here, so you can use two SIM cards or a micro SD and a SIM card simultaneously. Then the power rocker and the volume button are on the same side, and there's a dual camera setup and the fingerprint sensor here. It's very similar to the Redmi Note 5. And on the top we have an IR blaster, a headphone jack, and a secondary mic. And on the bottom we have a speaker grill and the USB charging port. So there are some slight changes to the camera as well, and on the rear now it comes with 12 megapixel sensor and a 5 megapixel sensor, and the main sensor now has f1.9 aperture. So this should help you taking a better low light photos. And on the front there's a dual camera setup as well. It is a 20 megapixel plus 2 megapixel camera setup, so the portrait photos should come nice than the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So now let's set up the device. Okay, now we are in, we have set up the device. Now let's go into settings, and where is the about phone. So we have the Redmi Note 6 Pro, and Android version is 8.1. It's a MIUI 9.6. There is a MIUI 10 update for this phone, but right now this phone is not updated. So the specification is also very similar to the Redmi Note 5 Pro because it uses the same Snapdragon 636 chipset which is used in the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So you can get two variants of this phone in Nepal, one with 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB internal storage, and the other with 3 GB RAM and 32 GB internal storage. So as you can see here, it's a variant with 4 GB of RAM, and we have 64 GB of internal storage. So the battery also remains the same. We have 4000 mAh battery, and it also supports a quick charging 3.0, but you do not get the quick charger in the box. You have to buy it separately. So now let's check some other things on the Redmi Note 6 Pro. So now let's check the fingerprint scanner. So yes, it is very quick. The fingerprint scanner is very good. It works very well. And now let's try out the rear camera of the Redmi Note 6 Pro. So I'm going to capture this card over here. Step and focus. Okay. So the detail looks pretty good. It's pretty good because we are under low light here, under artificial lighting, but the image turned out pretty nice. So we'll check out the camera of the Redmi Note 6 Pro as we test for our review. And now we'll check out the front camera as well. Okay, the front camera, okay, this photo turned out pretty funny, but the front camera, I think I'm pretty impressed with the front camera right now, because we are not under a perfect situation right here to capture from the front camera, but it turned out pretty nice. I like what I see here. So we'll be testing out the front camera as well, and I'll leave you with some front camera samples and the rear camera samples after I've finished taking this video. So the Redmi Note 6 Pro is a slightly beefed up Redmi Note 5 Pro. There are some hardware changes like the upgraded rear camera with f1.9 aperture and a dual camera system on the front. Also, there's a notch at the front with slightly larger display. So if you have a Redmi Note 5 Pro, you don't need to upgrade to the Redmi Note 6 Pro. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. Like if you liked it, and also subscribe to our channel for further contents like this, and also hit that notification icon to get notifications. Until next time, namaste.